Don't be afraid of the inevitable that death is a part of. Free your mind from worrying about death. Try to live a full life without fret. Try to find peace in this earthly realm. I don't believe death is the end, but the beginning. Let us reason. Hello everyone, welcome back to Let Us Reason podcast with your host Jawara, where we talk about life, we talk about anything, and give everyone a fair chance to express their opinions without being vulgar, disrespectful, or hostile. You know, I am you, you are me. I am not better than you, you are not better than me. We are all here on this earthly journey which is called life, experiencing the same things in this world, you know. So it's just up to us now to live as one, you know, be there for each other, because this mortal journey is very short. Okay, and the topic for today is making peace with death. And it might sound crazy to make peace with death, because the first time I mentioned that to somebody looked at me as if I was crazy for talking about making peace with death. Can somebody make peace with death? I believe death is the ultimate fear for most, if not all, human beings on earth. And not us only, but animals too. Death is the ultimate fear for most of us, because nobody knows what happened when we die. Nobody knows. No one has ever died, buried in the grave, decompose, gather flesh, return and tell the tales. No one. I think that is a personal experience for everybody to know what happened at death. We only can speculate about what happened at death. And the Bible have texts about death and all of that. But the Bible is not a personal experience. It's not for me. I don't know about for you. But the Bible is not a personal experience for me. A personal experience is what you live for your own person. So no one actually know what happened at death. You know, when I was younger, I never used to think about it that much. You know, when you're young, you're trying to find yourself in life. You're trying to think about what you're going to become in life, the kind of girl you're going to marry, how many kids you're going to have for you. You're thinking about your career. You know, you're thinking about all different kind of stuff because you're young. Me personally, I know about death. I saw people dying around me, you know, whether from sickness, accident, crime. I've been to many funerals, and yet still I wasn't thinking about death that much, because death wasn't my focus. My focus was to get through in life, to reach somewhere in life. That was my focus. And as you grow older, you start to think about death a little bit more, because when you start to see people who you grow up with, people who you love, people who you are close to, start to transition from this life onto death, then you start to think about your mortality more, wondering when your time gonna come, wondering if it's you next. All of us are guilty of that. All of us, in the back of our mind, we think about our mortality. We think about death, wondering how long we're going to live. Am I going to live to see 50? Am I going to live to see 100? When I was in my 20s, I used to wonder if I was going to live to see 30. When I was in my 30s, I used to wonder if I was going to live to see 40. Now I'm in my 40s, I'm wondering if I'm going to live to see 50. And it's like that. Every decade that come, I'm wondering if I'm going to live to see the next decade. And we get such a short span to live. Most people don't live past 70. Most people, and that is true. Most people don't live to reach 80, much less live to reach 100. It's just a few people actually live to reach 100 years old. So our time on earth is very short. A person live to see 100, you say that person live long. In our eyes, yes. But living for 100 years is like living for a day. You know, people have been on this earth for thousands of years. Not to mention just living for 100 years. So our lifespan is very short. I believe all of us should make peace with that part of our mortal existence here on earth, which is death, because it's inevitable. All of us will experience physical death sooner or later. All of us. Why people are afraid to talk about it? This is healthy stuff to talk about. All of us will experience physical death. Everything here on earth will. The trees, the insects, the birds, us as human beings, all of us will experience physical death. So do not let the fear of death prevent you from living a full and happy life. Do not put your life on hold. Live your best life now. Every moment that's given to you, take full advantage of it. Live it up. Live your best life now. You know, you may buy a new pair of shoes or a new pants or whatever it is, and you may be waiting for that special moment to wear it. Wear it the same day when you buy it. If it's even to go to the store, wear it. You don't know if the next second you're going to be alive. So this short time we get on this earth, we should use it to really unite, to come together, to correct all the errors. You know, this short time we get, we should use it to try to reach to that higher level of consciousness. I will forever talk about trying to reach to a higher level of consciousness. If we practice to reach to that higher level of consciousness, every problem on earth fix. But nothing don't happen overnight. It takes work, it takes practice, it takes sacrifice. And all of us need to sacrifice for each other. Just imagine if every man on earth sacrificed for each other. Love would reign. And when love reign, peace reign. You know, when love reign, peace reign. And if we sacrifice for each other, love will reign. It is simple. It's simple, but we are so self-absorbed. You know, it's all about me. No, you are me and I am you, as I said before. Let's sacrifice for each other. Yeah, we have heard about the afterlife, as I've mentioned before. We are none know for sure if such a thing exists. Nobody know for sure. As I said, we can only speculate. I have heard of the near-death experience, which I truly believe the story of these people who have experienced the near-death experience. Who am I to judge and to tell them that they're lying? Not because I didn't have the experience, I'm going to say it's a lie. I truly believe them because I have known people personally who have had that experience. And there's so many other people who can come and testify about the experience. The fear of death is also a tool that used to keep people in subjection. Fear is such a powerful tool in the hands of those people who know how to use fear to keep people in subjection. And the fear of death is part of that toolkit. You know, the fear of death keep people in power, keep people from speaking the truth, keep people from coming forward because they're afraid to die. So they would rather to see a tyrant reign and in power and abuse people and let people suffer more than coming out and speak the truth. The fear of death keep wicked men in power because the mass is afraid of them. They don't want to die. But all of us going to die sooner or later. Let's make peace with death. Don't worry about death too much because it's a must, whether we like it or not. Bad things will happen to good people. Right across the globe, people can testify of this. Bad things will happen to good people. We have no control over that. We don't. Unplanned accident will happen in all of our lives. Stuff that we didn't plan for, that going to cause us pain, will happen in all of our lives. That's just life. You know? But don't let these things prevent you from living. Don't spend 60, 70 years not living. Spend most of that living. You know? Take time out from the busyness of life as much as you can. Take time out in silence and think, meditate, and focus on life. Don't let society drain you. Have you chasing your shadow. Don't let the fear of death prevent you from living a full life. As I mentioned before, we all have a short time here. Most people will not live past 70. And that short time is divided up in segments. You're born in this world, you go to basic school or kindergarten, that's what they call it. You go to high school, you go to college, then you start to plan your life, you find a partner, you settle down, you have children, and by the time you reach 40 or 50, those children big and can go on their own. A lot of people plan to retire when they are 50. Some people say when they reach 60. And after retire at 60 years, most people retiring at 60 don't reach 70. And most people that reach 70 don't reach 80. So we have a short lifespan on earth here, and let us use it wisely. Don't let stress take over all of that short time. You know, stress will prevent you from living a full life. Making peace with death prevent you from getting up every day worrying about death and thinking about it. That's what making peace with death is. To accept it as a part of life. Just as though we accept the air that we breathe as a part of our existence, death is a part of it too. You know? And my loved ones who have gone on before me, close people that I have to me that I love dearly, they help me to make peace with that part of life too. Knowing that one day, just as how they transition, I will transition. You will transition. Okay? And death is no respecter of person. No matter what status you have in life, no matter how much money you have, death don't respect that. No matter how you're young, no matter how you're old, no matter how you're good looking, death don't respect none of that. All of us will end up at the same place when it comes to the end of the day. So it's really crazy when some people acting as if they are better than another person, thinking that their status in life make them better than the next person, and climbing on the shoulders of others to scrape vanity, which is of no use at all when death comes. When that person is on their deathbed or wherever death meet them, everything that you have in this life become nothing. Have no worth. To the person who is dying, everything that they have in this life become worthless. They can't use it. They cannot bring it with them. So let us just live life simple, man. And as I said before, sacrifice for each other. I am you. You are me. Let's see each other in that way. I am you. You are me. Let's try to reach to that higher level of consciousness where we can remake society, a society that works for everyone. Alright? I want to say thanks again for listening to another episode of the Let Us Reason podcast. Please remember to love life, live free, live your own truth. Don't take nothing for granted, and go through life with a little bit of patience. Okay, take care, stay safe until we meet up again. Peace.